Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on Black and Orange. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here every day at 12 or just as soon after 12 as I can get here to take 12 of your political questions. I do this every single day of the year, week in, week out, weekdays, weekends, holidays, your birthday, my birthday. I am always here. So, and I've jotted down a few of your questions already, so I'll be able to just get a few more, and then I'll start the readings. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. Ever since the channel was first monetized, that's how this works. That's how we do. And we have epic moderators that I've got to thank from the bottom of my heart. You keep us safe. You epic level troll slayers. Thank you. And also just great contributors in the chat, people being kind to each other, people helping each other, people with astrological information like Holly or Kristen with Uncover the News, who brings in all the latest headlines. So it's the community here that really makes this special. So, okay. This is my co-host, positive energy generator. That is Bailey Boo Boo Zen Kitty, and he's sleeping. There's also an orange cat, which you might see. He comes and goes. He has a different place where he likes to hang out. Brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin. All right, but anyway, I've got questions down here already. But Kristen, I had a question about your question. You were saying news: infamous Capitol rioter joined up with Lauren Boebert and Madison Cawthorn during the border visit. Infamous Capitol rioter border visit, this recent one when Trump was down there, or was this before the rioter? Before the riot? Please let me know. If it's just going on now, it's like, yeah, okay. But if it happened before, that's a whole different ballgame. So thank you. Geek Hillbilly just got finished paying bills, going after groceries. After the nuts leave? What does that mean? Okay. Something about a Taylor Swift video and police, but it's not anything to do with Taylor Swift. And okay, I've heard various people bringing this up for days, so we should read on it. Some people saying it's Donald Trump's social media platform. Others are saying it belongs to somebody else. So I don't know the details, but the new social media platform, Gettr. Is this some reference to Get Her Done? Oh, jeez. Gettr. All right, we'll have a look at that. So Kristen's bringing that in specifically, but a number of people have been asking. So there's that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, it's so good that you're here, Jane. Thank you. Hello, Patsy. I'm just looking for anything in all caps. Okay, here we go. Connie, will Hurricane Elsa hit Florida hard? Well, I'm wondering if we should just ask, is it going to hit hard, period? Because if it hits Florida hard, is it going to then hit either north on the East Coast hard, or is it going to pass straight through and then hit if it hits Florida hard enough, it's going to hit the Gulf Coast as well. Yikes. But I don't know. We're of course, of course, some of the earliest storms can be awful, but it's like, okay, we're already asking about this at the beginning of July, and we're only down to E in the alphabet. So it's like, oh, this is going to be quite a hurricane season, as they are all becoming. Look, hurricane, it was Elsa. Hit Florida hard. Okay. Okay, got that down. Thank you. And anything else in all caps? Robin, how many Olympic athletes will contract COVID? I could look up a lot, a little that have an effect. I could do that. Robin, how many Olympic athletes? All right, how many? What effect will it have? Got it. All right, Robin, got that down. Thank you. All right. Again, anything? Just put your questions in all caps. That way, I'll know you're talking to me. Other than that, please just type normally. Okay. Pamela, Kevin McCarthy. Oh, jeez. And by the way, if I roll my eyes or I sound frustrated or what have you, it's not at you. It's at the people that I'm reading about. And certain names, it's like, oh. Which particular cesspit of energy are we going to go hang out in? It's kind of how it is. It's also, for people who are wondering why I do silly stuff, why the nails and the overlays and all of this, it's to keep and no swearing. I really try to avoid nudity. I was an art history major. Nudity in art is not an issue for me, or I would never have made it through. I'm trying to keep the energy level very high. And then so we can dip down into these really awful things and then come back up and then go back down and up. So that's what's going on there. So Pamela has a question. Kevin McCarthy has invited Brittany Spears to speak before Congress. I think it might hurt her cause if she does. I can hear her laughing, but okay. Pamela's asking. McCarthy asking Brittany Spears to speak before Congress. Okay. All right, got that. Wow. Thank you. I wouldn't have known otherwise. I didn't see that on the news this morning. Oh, jeez. Okay. Holly and France, bonsoir. Bonsoir. Ça va? Kyle. Will the GQP and conservative Dems manage to squash all significant legislation? Okay. So Kyle is asking, will the GQP and conservative Democrats squash? I like that word. Squash. Don't like what it would be doing to this legislation. All significant legislation. Okay. I've got that down. Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Connie. Hello, Lynette. Will you be there this afternoon? Lynette is often, he comes to their writing group at 4:00, but not always. She goes to many writing groups. So we only see her now and then and are always glad to see her because she's great. Got to spread the joy that is Lynette. Okay, Paula, I now plan my daily activities around, oh my gosh, you're an addict. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, Paula. That is very kind. Wow. Okay. Oh gosh. Uncover the News has really nasty thing about a doctor sharing. Oh gosh. Woof. Sterling Roses. Storm is going to be right on top of me, northern Florida. Thank God it will just be light 60-mile-per-hour winds and rain. Okay, is that what's forecasted? Sterling Roses, toe beans, yes. Kat, is it business as usual at Trump org today? Interesting, I like it. Kat, is it? You know, corruption here, grift there, Friday. Business as usual. And of course, they kept their, Weisselberg kept his grift. There was just they tracked it on an Excel sheet. Yeah. At Trump.org today. Okay, got it. All right, Kat, thank you. Kevin says, hello. Please patch me through to the lighting and production team. I want to give them a quick shout out on the stellar work this year and keep it rolling. Thanks. Thank you, Kevin. Oh, that makes me feel good. Yes, lighting and production team. Yes, I wanted to pass on a compliment. Oh, they must have gone out for coffee. All right. Makeup. Yeah, they must have gone out for coffee. All right. Thank you. Yesenia, will Trump's tax returns ever be released so we can see them? I like these questions. You guys have great questions. Yesenia. Today would be a great day for Trump to release his tax returns. Ever be released. What I heard was if they were entered into evidence, they'd become public, but of course, the Trump people would, of course, do whatever they could to get the judge to keep them hidden. But anyway, thank you. Leslie, will they arrest planners of the next insurgency before it happens? I haven't picked up on there being another insurgency. What I've been getting is that as awful as January 6th was, it actually worked like an escape valve for the pressure. And it also rounded up some of the people capable of planning and organizing. So it actually, but we could keep looking. And then Crystal is asking, who are the other two people of note being looked at by Cy Vance? Oh my gosh, two? Or more than two? We should look at the, lastly today, we should look at like what's next. I'll do a big reading on that. Okay, I'm sorry. My nose right there. My nose itches. Anyway. Leslie, we'll check in, but I think it's going to be okay. Hello, kitten. How are you doing? Oh. Here. Let me turn this on. There you go. Go here. Here, you like to go this way. There you go. You'll be more comfortable that way. If you will. Okay, sorry. I have to keep the positive energy generator generating positive energy. Now he's all happy. Good. Okay. Will they arrest? Planners of Next, insurgency before it happens. Okay. Okay, got that. And yeah, Crystal, let's end on who is Vance going after next? What's next? Okay. Got it. All right. All right, that's my I think this is, yeah, this is Kristen as well, I believe. Kristen. All right. So we'll get moving here. I've got my 12 questions for today. Elaine, you know that cats don't have owners, they have staff. Well, yeah. Well, of course. Oh, no. Kristen is sharing with us Ghoulaine Maxwell. Ghoulaine Maxwell, lawyer, believes ruling that freed Cosby will help her. Oh, that's going onto the list. No, oh, that has to go onto the list. Ghoulaine. Ruling. Freed. Cosby. Free. Maxwell. I can tell you right now, if she does get out, I think her days are numbered. One, yes, of course, she'll flee the country, but even after that, I think there are people so disgusted by everything Epstein did, and they want justice so badly. I would seriously worry for her safety. So, Crystal, can we stop freeing the ickiest people on Earth? Yes, I'm second. I second that motion. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to start there because my skin's crawling. I like that Polly went to elephant bells. Oh, my dear heavens. I like that. Sterling Roses. Yes, it was a technicality. Seriously. She thinks it'll help? Pulling at every straw. Yeah. All right, Ghoulaine. I'm so disgusted by this person. Elaine, not to mention she knows too much. True. All right, Ghoulaine. Energy's terrible. It's hard to. I don't believe in demons. I don't believe in devils. They're just it's just astral gunk that has delusions of grandeur. But there are truly heinous human beings, and there aren't many who are worse than her. Oh, Bismo. Mental images of blah. I can't think about Cosby, though. I need to think about Ghoulaine. Yay. So, I'm opening up so I can get into her energy, and frankly, it's so gross, but at the same time, I just I get so angry. All right. So are you going to get off on a technicality? Walk free? That's the hope. Oh, no, it's okay. You're okay. Queen of Swords. Hermit. King of Cups. Temperance. Knight of Cups. They're looking at it, but no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not getting that right now. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Cups and Temperance. Cups and Temperance. This isn't freedom. Health problems? What is that? What do you mean? Cups and Temperance. What? Ghoulaine Maxwell. And yes, I call her Ghoulaine on purpose. Oh, Dave. There's a mental image. Or Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ghoulaine. Hey, Tara. Oh, she can't stand it anymore. Being confined, being imprisoned. Oh, she's just going to lose her marbles if she just... You're a monster. You are in prison because you are a monster. Okay, 10 of Swords. Okay, card of disappointment, King of Wands. Fool. Queen of Pentacles. No, I'm getting flipping. I'm getting finally... It can't take anymore. And, oh, there's going to be some disappointment. This might be her some disappointment where we don't think she's getting as much jail time as she should be. She should be in prison for the rest of her life. Based on if what everything is said about her is true, then there's no question that she should be in prison. We need to be protected from her. But this is men with their wands, who are cruel idiots who didn't think they'd get caught with anything. And the funny thing is, this isn't just the victims. This feels like wives who didn't know about this. I'm getting her flipping. I'm not getting her walking. I'm wondering if, let me ask just a couple more questions, or just ask one more question here, because I'm wondering, does this mean that they, this is how they manipulate her to convince her to flip? Exactly, Deb. So is that I'm getting frustration, just frustration. I'm gonna go crazy. It's, it's like she was having trouble, and then there's this thought that, wait, somebody got out. I could get out too. They've got to let me out. They've got to let me out. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go crazy if I don't. Blah 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 blah. You're going to prison. And if half of what is said about you, Ms. Maxwell, is true, I hope you rot there. Emperors. This is not legal. This is not legal maneuvering shenanigans. This is a lot of men. This is the beast being tamed, and the possibility of victims being able to move on. Okay. All right. I completely forgot to write down what time that started. Oh well. I'll have to look that out later. All right. I'm Kelpie. I'm going to save your question about 45 and the statute of limitations to read with the rest of the stuff at the end. About that at the end. Wait, what just happened? Anyway. All right, so let's start at 2730 here. The second question. So there's something, it was somewhere around 20, but I don't know exactly where. Okay, 2730. Will Fox go under or be dragged into court? Will Fox go under or be dragged into court? I'm getting them there. They're just there. Will Fox go under or be dragged into court? Fox News. I think Boo Boo is snoring. Oh, well, Fox News has legal worries. I feel like monetary worries too. I don't think they're going anywhere, but they've definitely got some hard days ahead of them. King of Cups. Well, people on the right are watching Fox to vent their ire about Biden being there, but Biden's hard to attack. On the defensive, Fox News, hemmed in, legally hemmed in, lack of money, on the defensive for things they've said, especially far right things they've said. They keep trying to attack Biden, and it still floors me when people just say that he's not smart and Biden is, lost his mind because he doesn't speak properly, or he misses words, or he had a severe stutter. He has communication difficulties. 45 is definitely they're Fox News. You're really gonna have problems. Oh, the stars, the evening lineup, the big names, white supremacy from money. Keeping people on the right supplied with a steady dose of poison and white supremacy to make money. They sold their souls cheap. They're going to have problems. I'm not sure about what, though. Any hints on what? Oh, Leah, I'm so sorry you lost your kitten. Your kitty? Yes, I know you just said the kitty was 19, but they're always kittens. Precious one. Only wanted to asking, why have I never seen a MAGA sombrero? I love you guys. Fox News, why are you going to have legal problems, and what goes wrong? Obsession, passion, stirring up passion, hanging on every word. I believe they're still winning the ratings war, aren't they? Every once in a while it'll bounce over to, Rachel or something like that, but then it goes back to Fox. Legal decisions, lack of funds, legal decision, huge emotion, and the rise of democratic power. In going after the emperor, previous emperor. Those are the clues. Lack of funds, legal decision, rise of democratic power, and emotion. Let's get some qualifiers on that. Story after story after story after story after story after story. Part of this may very well be like the Dominion, the voting machine things, but it feels it's repeating far right messages. There's Trump the man on the defensive. Maybe it's Dominion voting machines or something else, but Fox News is they're gonna have troubles. Okay, 34. Trump org. Kristen's question about that, I will wait. Who will be first? I'll wait on that. Oh, okay. 30, 34, 30. New social media platform Gettr. Gettr done. Is that the that comedian who came up with that? Is he a? I'm assuming he's a Trumper, but I don't know. Pamela, the Fox News was horrible, slanderous energy yesterday. All Hunter deflection. Oh, please. Thank you for letting us know, but please. All right, so 35, actually. Jason Miller. Thank you, Holly. Larry the Cable. No, it's not. Is it Larry the Cable Guy? And Jason Miller's the one who set up Gettr. Okay. I know Gettr done was pre-Trump. I'm just wondering if they were using that because of the Larry the Cable Guy or whatever. Anyway, social media platform. How's this going to go? It's a cesspit. You think there's a bunch of garbage on Twitter that you have to ignore? That's a problem with setting up these kinds of things that are to extremes. It's just that much more. The Democrats have Twitter. Oh boy. Temperance. That's not auspicious, but let's see. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I'm trying to make money. Hanged Man. Hey, Chad. Suspension, change of viewpoint. Sitting pretty. Partnership. That's odd. That's odd energy. Social media platform Gettr. How's it going to go? It feels like it's going to be sold. It'll be sold to more, well, everybody's more liberal. To less ultra-fascist owners. Trump victory. Please. Five of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. King of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. It's going to be sold. There are people there. It's not workable. There's something about it that's just not workable. You don't have enough people. You don't have enough, whatever it is. There's legal worry. Trump has legal worry in general and prosecution and all of this. But Gettr itself will have some problems. But Trump being attacked legally might give them something to talk about. But I just get some talk and then it's quiet. And it feels like it's sold off. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Oh, goodness. Hurricane Elsa. When is it supposed to hit? 38:30. Hurricane Elsa. Well, it's not pleasant, but she'll make Kay Williams will make landfall around Wednesday. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hurricane Elsa. Batten down the hatches. Okay. Oh, Kay Williams you live in the zone in Florida. Oh, jeez. It's still a hurricane. It may not be the worst of the worst, but this doesn't feel great. Batten down the hatches. I'm not getting This is cleaning up this mess. People sitting pretty. I'm not getting. It's going to be ugly when it first hits, but people are taking it seriously, which is going to help a lot. At least people are starting to take these storms more seriously. That's going to help a lot. Killbear, we're going to receive some spin-off storms from Elsa. Oh, yay. Josh was asking, what does the world card mean in the spread? Well, it's a giant circle, like a hurricane, and it's coming through the world, across the world. And with the winds jamming objects into things because of the high winds, and then more chaos, but on a lesser scale, than cleanup, and then sitting pretty. So it could be worse, but it's going to be slightly better just because people are taking it more seriously overall. Surely we get harder storms than that, not classified as hurricanes. Fair enough. Yeah, hurricane season is not going to stay. I don't think. This is just the beginning, unfortunately. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Appreciate that. True, Chris. At least you have a president now that will help with disasters. Exactly. Who will help with disasters? We've thrown off the balance. Also, insurance companies apparently aren't paying out all of the. I've heard that there's starting to be problems with insurance companies with natural disasters, but we've thrown off the balance. Hurricane season. We'll get through it, but we're gonna be feeling beaten up. Be a lot of cleanup, but a lot of working together too. Oh, Kristen, let's uncover the news. Mental image of Gargoyle Jr.'s girlfriend. Eesh. Okay. 43:30. Will COVID affect the Olympics? Will COVID affect the Olympics? Will a lot of people get sick or not? Okay, I can still breathe. Okay, little ache, but not normally when I read on the illness and how it's going to do. Sometimes I get a sensation in my body of how hard is it going to be to breathe. Uncover the news saying swimming caps designed for natural hair banned from the Tokyo Olympic Games. What? Okay, there is going to be some voluntary isolation. There have been Olympic Games in the past where you had a lot of very, very, very healthy young people, and things in the past have gotten really friendly. There may be less of that. vaccinations. A bunch of young people being judged. Knight of Pentacles, hoping to get a future there. Well, the Olympic Games are going to spread COVID. They just are. Yeah. There are going to be quite a few people there who will be asymptomatic. We're going to go home. But this is going home. Traveling home with their medal. It's also hoping to get sponsorships in the future, but going home with their medals. But secrets. Can also be a card of higher wisdom. Some people, but getting the vaccine will be key. But yes, it's going to be a spreader event of some nature, of some level. Yuck. But not as bad as it would have been, say, last year. Teresa, is that a delicious meal shake? It is a chocolate protein shake. And, Sterling Rose, I got my second shingle shot early August. I like that. And there was, yes, the natural hair being more for African Americans. Yeah, that's pretty much what I assumed. Unbelievable. Okay. Someone, 4730, someone please enlighten me. Who's asking Brittany Spears to speak at Congress? McCarthy? Someone in I thought I saw Gaetz' name. Oh, Alexandra, thank you. 18 minutes 15. Thank you. Boom, you're enlightened. Ooh, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the answer. The report said Gaetz and Green. Oh, Gaetz. Oh, some other people saying Kevin McCarthy. Okay, so somebody, let's just say McCarthy or Gaetz. Let's just say. But will Brittany Spears speak to Congress? Kristen, uncover the news. I'm going to ask about that. But I'm going to wait till the end. Thank you. Hey, Brittany, how's it going? It was brave. It was brave to go out and let all that out in the public. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. Alexandra, what brand of chocolate shake most tastes like chalk? Orgain. It's quite good. I'll go grab at the very, very, very end. I'll go grab the container and I'll show you what I use. Conservatorship. That's what that's right there. Yeah, Crema Rose. Maybe the question should be, will Brittany Spears' father allow her to speak to Congress? Jane, it's not much. Oh, thank you. No, that's fantastic. Thank you. It would hurt. It would not be a good idea. Well, partnership, plan partnership. The right wing trying to get her to. I did. Rosetta, I think they wanted to talk about wanting more kids and the thing related to that. Oh my gosh. Crystal, I read about that, but I've got my questions for today. But I'll be back tomorrow because you know I'm here every day. Every day. Speak about mental illness. I wouldn't want to do that. Suspension. 5 of Pentacles. She has no control. Everything kept secret, out of her power. Hidden power, the occult. Aggressive law enforcement, stolen justice. She's fighting. She's focused on fighting whatever is going to help her get her freedom. But it wouldn't necessarily be a great idea for her to do this. Dave, people who have mental illnesses can have perfectly healthy, mentally stable kids. Just depends how they're raised. It's also what medication people are on and whatnot. So I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on that one. Exactly, Joshua. Why didn't Justin Bieber or Charlie Sheen get conservatorships? Exactly. It looks like a video. It looks like a music video or a stage production. Meanwhile, behind the glitz and the glamour, legal stress and theft. Justice. Full. Knight of Cups. Definitely people are going to want to help her. 10 of Swords. Emperor. King of Pentacles. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. She shouldn't go to Washington, D.C. And especially at the behest of the far right. Really? And Gaetz? Anyway. At 54:30, will the GQP and conservative Democrats squash all significant legislation? Grandma Rose, did you read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? Yes, I did. Why'd you ask? Polywanda, the world must be laughing about America's preoccupation with frivolous matters. I disagree with that. I mean, of course, they laugh at us for various things, but it's kind of like my frivolity here and then we deal with these horrible things, and then you have to have self-care. You have to have some frivolity, some, jocularity, or what have you. It's a great book, says Crystal. Yep. All right, 5530, the GQP. And conservative Democrats squash all significant legislation. Oh, boy. Something's got to give. That's what came into my head. Something's got to give. Which would have been the last, well, which was technically the last Marilyn Monroe movie, wasn't it? I actually saw somebody pieced together what film they had for that movie. It looked, but she did a great job in it. The Spectre of Trump the Man. We are reading on, will the GQP and conservative Democrats squash all significant legislation? Well, this is far right and Trump. Still trying to clean up after him. 8 of Cups. 6 of Swords. King of Swords. 9 of Swords. 2 of Cups. I keep getting the same cards. I keep getting the same thing. There is some kind of big legal mess coming to Congress. This is holes in the story. This is evidence being collected. This is people going to prison. This is a prosecutor right in the middle. That isn't a lawmaker. That's a prosecutor. This is extreme legal worry. And this is Democrats being able to move forward because it clears things out a bit, if that makes any sense. Maybe there's some people who are going to have to leave, or Scott, The Misfits was her last movie. I finished movie, but I think it was Something's Gotta Give. She was filming when she died, I think. Significant legislation. There's Pelosi. Hello, Nancy. Something's got to change. And Pelosi, she can only do so much. She can do all of these amazing things. Oh, thank you, Crystal. There's information in the chat from Crystal on how much money Brittany Spears' father's making and all of that. Thank you. She can only do so much because it's the Senate. It's the Senate that's the problem. Here's that Marilyn was working on Something's Gotta Give when she passed. Okay, thank you. Well, someone pieced it together, what they had. It's only part of the film. But someone pieced together what had been filmed. And I saw it somewhere. We will get some things through. We will get some things through. the drag on the system, of course, is mansion and cinema and that sort of thing. So something's got to give. I'll just leave it at that, I guess. All right. Trump's tax returns. Okay, let's at 10030. Will they arrest the planners of the next insurgency before it happens? Thank you, Pamela. Oh, Nan, I've lived overseas too. The people I ran into, they just assumed that as an American that I would just be loud because the Americans often were loud and obnoxious. The ugly American stereotype, and they were pleasantly surprised when they met me, and I was not walking around in a leather jacket, talking at the top of my lungs, expecting to be, yeah. Anyway. Reading about the next insurrection, at least it isn't as bad as like World War III. It's the problem with naming those wars World War I and World War II is, in theory, there should be a World War III at some point. Opens the possibility up. Which would happen anyway, I'm just saying. But this, will they arrest the planners of the next insurgency before it happens? Nah. Disappointment, sadness. This isn't just disappointment, this is sadness at the damage done. There are people still not sleeping. There are people with PTSD. They aren't getting the help that they need. People who worked there, people who were there. I think they're okay. The insurgency working, but this is the rise of democratic power and also control of judiciary and not judiciary, law enforcement, control of law enforcement. This power would give them control of that. This is Trump, the would-be dictator. These are his people looking for signs. What do we do next? What do we do next? What's the plan? And they don't realize that Trump just wants your money. That's it. More than anything, he just wants your money. Insurgency. Their leader is inept, thank heavens. Polywana, to appeal more to his base, will Trump change his image? No. He just wants your money. All right. Institutions. The people who would organize the next insurgency, some of the key ones are going to prison or in prison. Still looking, give us a sign. He just wants your money. He's not into you. He's into your money. When he got up there and said, I'm going to walk with you down to the White House, his lawyers told him not to do that. So he didn't. And he doesn't, I mean, even when he was with the G7 or something, he way back when, he wouldn't even walk with them. He had a golf cart, so he didn't have to walk just from like here to there. They're expecting too much from him. So that's what I'm getting. Okay. Hurricane Elsa Category 1, maximum sustained winds of 85 miles an hour, 580 miles east-southeast of Santo Domingo, moving west-northwest at 29 miles an hour. Okay, thank you. All right. All right, let's do all the Trump questions and all the indictment questions and all of that. Deborah saying my aunt was Marilyn Monroe's best friend. She was on the phone with Marilyn 30 minutes before her death. Oh, goodness. That's pretty exciting, Deborah. I mean, to just talk about 6 degrees of separation, that you were that, to have that in your family. And since you've been so kind to people here, I assume your family's nice and she was a good person to... I don't even know what to call her. Marilyn Monroe. Okay. Are we ready? Starting at 107. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Oh, Lucy, I'm afraid I've got my questions for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'm literally here every single day. And it's first come, first serve on the questions. Just put them in the chat in all caps, please. Okie dokie. Let's just start at the top because I'm not sure quite how to organize these. 107. Will Trump try to run out the statute of limitations? Well, yeah. Into the yuck, yes. That's what lawyers are for. Everything that can be done, do it. Question every last thing. Challenge every last thing. Be a nuisance. So that hopefully it all comes to an end. Empress, 10 of Wands, 3 of Cups. Ooh, well, we're going to be watching. Well, these indictments of situation with Vance, this is the end of his old way of life. And the case against him is quite strong. This is an ending that's very strong. This is America right in the center watching. This is the burden and all the Trump documents, Trump papers, for years now, I've gotten this card for carrying in huge piles of paper into court. And that's us being happy. America seeing and Democrats celebrating, people of goodwill celebrating. So is he going to try? Yes, he's going to try everything. But it doesn't look like it's going to work. Pamela's saying, go get Boo-Boos and Kitty right now. Oh, maybe I will in a minute. Thank you. Okie dokie. 109:30. 30. Oh, thank you. I'm Kelpie. So the question was from Kristen, the Trump org, this whole tax scheme. If we go back to Leona Helmsley, who Rachel Maddow was talking about last night, was it? Leona Helmsley, of course, was famously, poor people, little people pay the taxes. Well, she was indicted by Giuliani, and One of her lawyers was Alan Dershowitz. So there is a tenuous connection with Trump world. And but did they get this tax scheme idea from Leona Helmsley and what she did? You guys are great in the chat. Communication. I think some of this was already happening. It may have given some people ideas, but mostly what would have come out about her would have been the illegal stuff not to do. So perhaps even a cautionary tale. This is a cautionary tale. If you want to lose all your money, so if you want to be rich and get away with this tax fraud temperance, don't do this. I don't think they got I don't think they got this from her. I don't think they looked at that and were like, yes, let's do this. I think they had various people who looked at this and said, we just won't tell anybody. I wonder if Roy Cohn had more to do with it. I don't know. Elaine, 6 degrees of incarceration? Gosh, I hope so. Oh, left millions of dollars to her dog. Fair enough. Well, of course, I'm leaving everything to my 2 little knuckleheads. Okay, Holly in France was asking, who's going to be the first to flip? 1, 12, 30. I don't know that I'll get a name, but who's going to be the first to flip on Trump? That we'll know about, because McConney, Jeff McConney, is that his name? Who worked under Weisselberg. He's already talked about all this in the grand jury, which gives him immunity. Oh, we're going to hear. Okay, at some point here, we're going to hear from or about Ronograph. Oh, thank you, Ed Moss. Evidence all laid out, tied with a bow. Page of Cups, 2 of Swords, King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Judgment. That's a kid. That's a page. Making a legal decision against, could be Weisselberg. Well, Weisselberg and the dynasty, the Trump dynasty, which would include Trump and the adult children involved in Trump org, facing judgment. Whose kid is this? Those cards couldn't have been clearer if I turned them over and they were covered in like Sharpie writing. Who's this Page of Cups? I'm just going to flip on Trump. Who's this Page of Cups? Thank you, Pamela. You guys are funny. Holly and friends, I was thinking possibly Ivanka, and we'll see, but usually she would just come straight up as Queen of Cups because that's my card for her. And I would have known exactly what that was, but we'll see. Still gathering information from these people. Going to prison, being threatened with going to prison, having your whole life hung upside down, judgment right in the middle. Boy, there's a lot of pressure on whoever this is. I wonder if we're talking about McConey here. King of Pentacles knows where the money is. Oh no, the judgment. This is people in the company, like Weisselberg. This would definitely be a Weisselberg card, where there are money people just going through the roof. But it got up that Page of Cups. Okay, who's gonna flip next? Let's put it that way. Who's gonna flip next? I think that would. I'll even change this to 116 because 1630. Who will be the next to flip? Okay, let's try this again. Oh, Connie, Trump's business just named a criminal organization, says MSNBC. By whom? Please. Who will be the next to flip? Ah, there's the rub. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to face the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Knight of Wands. That's someone who fights for Trump. Or that's a card to get for Junior. We'll flip next. 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and stay down. Someone who also considers Mar-a-Lago base power. Insult to injury. I think it might be Junior. Because there was talk that his ex-wife, they've been investigating this for 2 years or more. And back when, apparently, what I heard, I don't know this for certain, but what I heard is that when Junior was starting his divorce proceedings, he still had stuff in the house. And investigators came to his wife and said, do you have any information? And she was like, well, there's this computer sitting here. Because it was her home, she was able to, here, take information off of that. Woman scorned. Insult, happy family, insult to injury. It'd be going both ways because he was out partying. Let's put it that way. And Junior isn't mentally, emotionally in a place where he can stand strong. He's right now, he's just doing everything he can to numb the pain. And now he is, I'm sorry, I just allegedly entertainment only, but I just get he's just sucking up the powder from this powdered donuts like, so, we got those cards. It's a woman who takes Trump down. It's the money that takes Trump down, and it's a woman who takes Trump down. That could be Mary Trump. That could be Jennifer Weisselberg. That could be, that could be, oh, I can't remember her name, Junior's ex-wife. So, oh, Junior. So 120, is it business as usual at Trump org today? Is it business as usual? Little grift here, little theft there, little cruelty on the side. Trump org today. People are tired. People are very tired. They were so keyed up and worried, and they're still, in general, people are scared, but it's also, okay, they didn't just shut everything down, although they should. Star. Oh, yes, we are the shining star. We are, of course, we have to act like, of course we're innocent, because that's what Trump taught them to do. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Yeah, their plans, the way they ran things, those are swords of law enforcement and justice, cutting deep, right through the heart. Hierophant, that's an institution. That's a burden. That's the Sun card, bringing things to light. And information turned over is going to come to light. There's a lot that's going to come to light. The business has to turn over a ton of records. There's even more. It just, the grand jury is still going, and it just feels like there's still, Eric was complaining about there have been so many subpoenas for information and warrants for information, and it's ongoing. It's still happening. Okay. Speaking of which, at 122, 1 in 22, 15. Will Trump's tax returns ever be released so we can see them? And my very limited understanding is that they will come to light, at least a bulk of them will come to light if they are entered in as evidence in a trial and the judge doesn't seal them. So, will Trump's tax returns ever be released so we can see them? Trump's tax returns. Knight of Cups, people fighting for what's right, plus Democrats. That's a good sign. King of Pentacles, ill-gotten gains. It's this weed of crime that bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay, the shadow knows. Page of Wands, message. Moon. I'll go through the roof. Page of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. The corrupt businessmen, the message getting out, causing Trump incredible strain and grief. It might have something to do with someone in the family. Could be Mary Trump, who knows? She is suing him for money lost in their settlement. So she would have right to ask for those documents. And this feels like, I wonder if this is Mary Trump, because somebody ends up sitting pretty with a fair amount of money, and that's not Trump. He's furious. Okay. And 125. No, that's there. I need this at 125. What's next? What is next in the... I'm gonna do a big reading on this one. Here, let me move this out of the way. All right, let's have a look. Thank you guys for being here. Ricky saying, Trump is so crooked, he needs a screwdriver to change his clothes in the morning. Joshua, do you ever read the cards in reverse? Sometimes they turn reverse, but in general, not really. I'm just reading the energy on them anyway. What's next? I'll do a big thing for the Trump org and people associated with it, the whole case, and nothing with the case and with all the stuff. Wow, there's a lot. Wow. It just sounds weird, but it almost feels like the energy in the cards are they're like trying to pick a lane of what part should we talk about? The case against Trump, the Trump organization, and Trump himself, and the kids, or just Weisselberg, or whatever. What's going to happen here? The Trump people are going to try to drag their feet because they're trying to run out the clock about this, that, and everything else, and they just don't want to help anyway. So it feels like they're going to try to drag their feet. In the past, with this investigation, well, people like Weisselberg lied about how much money they were making. And if you add up federal, state, and local taxes, Weisselberg owes something like $800,000 between the three. Center of the reading. This is a big public case. Big, huge, large. Hanging above the reading, again, this Page of Cups. King of Pentacles. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Only Trump doesn't realize how close an enemy is. Base of the reading, I got 3 cards. Just trying to stir the pot, the normal thing for them. Enjoy your money. Bludgeon anyone who questions anything. Verbally. Loudly. Bludgeon. All right. Home environment for this case. Ooh, Trump and his people, they're spitting mad. Hopes and fears that they'll be shut down. Trump will lose money. Oh, Kelleher. What do their people see? Corruption, rank, deep, dark corruption. The challenge, sort of truth and making it stick. All right. Near future 1 and 2, and then final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Near future 1. Family dynasty. Near future 2. Judgment. Okay. All kind of judgment coming for the family. This could be banks. This is legal stuff, but this also could be banks and insurance and all these other things. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Final outcome 1. Hemmed in. Final outcome 2. Massive legal worry. Final outcome 3. Tell me more about this. Because it feels like overseas connections. Like oligarchs and money laundering or something. And that idea is causing real worry. Sort of truth right there. Ricky, I thought I had looked at if the banks were about to call in the loans. Let me see. So where does it lead? Is that three of wands? Chaos. Absolutely corrupt business practices. Somebody knows where these legal bodies are buried. Prison. Things bad enough to send someone to prison. Vance may take this to a certain point, and there might be a point after that where somebody else is starting to look at overseas connections. But this might have to be on a federal level because it crosses all kinds of state lines and international borders. So this may actually lead into something really big. Let me throw just a few more cards. Try this again. This is Friday at 1:31:30. Double check. Will the banks call in their loans? Let's have a look. Corruption worldwide, exactly, Teresa. Okay. Will Pamela. Oh, calling Merrick Garland. Please report to the Trump board. Will the banks call in their loans? Will the banks call in their loans, their Trump loans? On the one hand, as they say, if you owe the bank $1 million, that's your problem. That's a big problem. If you owe the bank $900 million, they've got a big problem. But also, there's a matter here. If any of these banks want their money, they better act swiftly, because later on, they'll get less. Definitely banks who want their money, who do not see a financial future for Trump. Five of Cups. There's a star card. Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups. Four of Cups. This is a new beginning. The relationship is changing drastically. The banks were in a bad way while Trump was Mr. High Up. But he's not going to pay them back. Just got that very clearly. He's not, those loans he owes, he's not going to pay them back. Good luck ever seeing that money. So, bank's going to be calling. We want our money back. It's going to be quite a while. The company will say it's going to be quite a while. This is ongoing. Will be proven. The banks have to wait, because until Trump org is convicted, it's innocent until proven guilty. But there are definitely lawyers looking at it for these various banks. Yeah, the prosecution running their legal swords into Trump world back. That's a huge amount of money. Justice card. It's going to have to go through the courts. He's never going to pay this money back. Not willingly. It'll have to be judges making decisions. Expect nothing. Okay. That's going to do it for me for today. I am going to just walk into the other room for a second because I had a question about what protein powder I use. So I'll go grab that in 1 second. But I just want to thank you all. Thank you all for being so wonderful and for being here. It's huge. It makes such a difference. And you help each other, and it's huge. All right. I will, as usual, in 2 hours be over at Book Art Media. You're always welcome. If you'd like. There are 4 25-minute work blocks. We work quietly on our own things. This month in July, I'm working on my mystery novel. So you're always welcome there. And Book Art Media is my little LLC, and it owns Black and Orange is a part of it. So, but it has I created an actual YouTube channel for it. In covers, this in July here, and maybe a little bit into August, I'm not sure. I'm putting on the covers examples out of the Sola Busca tarot deck, which is what Pamela Coleman Smith based a number of her drawings on. Certainly inspired. So, and I'm pulling out not so much the Major Arcana, because Major Arcana is mostly just a bunch of guys, but it's the special thing about the Sola Busca deck was that it was one of the few decks, and I believe one of the earliest ever decks, where the suit cards had full drawings on them, where it wasn't just 6 swords, 7 swords, 8 swords. There was actually something going on. Oh, good, Sue. Good, looking forward to that. So it's really interesting just to see, because they're not exactly this. The meanings aren't exactly the same, but it's interesting to see where it started in 1490, and then what Pamela Coleman Smith was able to do for the Rider-Waite deck, which came out in 1909. Yeah, this. Originally published 1909. So, yeah, so that's going to be the covers for this month, maybe next month. A couple of them are just wild. And there's one guy in the Major Arcana. I don't know even what he would correspond to, but I'm not kidding you. I call him, it's 1490, right? I call him hubcap rear end guy. It's the weirdest thing. It's like it's like a big round metal, but it's not a shield. It's at a weird angle. So it's, yeah, but there's all kind of stuff. And there's a one with a big face, and there's all kind of crazy stuff, but some of it's just kind of there. So, so those will be covers coming this month. All right. I think that's about it. I'll go grab that chocolate shake container. So, because there was a question. I used to drink Vega, their chocolate protein shake, but this tastes a lot better. So I'll dig out a link and put it in the description below, but this is what I switched to. So this is what it doesn't taste like chalk. So I like this one a lot. Okay. And in serving, it's 2 scoops, 21 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber. So good stuff. All right. There are 20 servings in this one that is 2 pounds. Anyway, so there's that. All right. I'll dig out the link. I'll put it in the description box. Thank you. All right. I'll see some of you at 4 o'clock over on Book Art Media, but for more tarot, I will be back as always every single day. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow.